Okay, so we're going to start out with a medium-sized pan on high heat, and we're going to go ahead and pour about half a cup to 1 cup of oil into it, depending on what your family's taste is. Korma normally requires a little bit more oil that you would put in other dishes, so I have about that much in there. Actually, I'm going to put some more in. I don't normally measure when I cook, but you know, obviously for this video I'm gonna have to tell you guys how much I'm putting in, so just bear with me as I try to guess how much I'm putting in. When you've been cooking for as long as I have, you just kind of get used to throwing things in without really measuring. But I'm gonna go ahead and list everything in the info box below in case you guys need to know, you know, obviously you need to know the recipe. So you're gonna go ahead and heat the oil. Okay, we're back. So the oil is nice and heated up. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 big scoop of ginger and garlic paste. It's actually mixed together. I'm going to go ahead and put half a tablespoon more. So that's about 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm going to go ahead and mix that in a little bit. Then I'm going to go ahead and take 2 pounds of mutton, or I guess goat, and go ahead and put that in there. That's been cleaned and all that beforehand. So I'm going to show you guys. We're just going to basically fry the meat, or brown it. I mean, I don't know how they would say that. And I'm gonna do, you know, brown it or roast it. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but for a couple minutes before I put the rest of the masala in there. It's getting nicely coated with the ginger and garlic paste. And while we're doing that, I just want to show you guys, this is just what I'm using. It's the Lakshmi brand ginger and garlic paste. We usually have them separately, like I have the jar with the ginger paste separate and the garlic separate, but I actually prefer this, so I got this one just because it's easier to you know, just have them both together. I don't really have any recipes where one is needed and the other is not. I just put both of them in there. So we're gonna go ahead and keep frying that in there. Okay, while that's working, let me move over here and I'm gonna just show you guys quickly. I've already poured out most of the masala into this little plate. So I've got round black pepper right here, and if I had to guess, I would say that's about 20 of them, maybe 25. And then I've got 4, wait, what is that called? It's called Badi Ilaichi, but let me see what it's called in English. It's black cardamon, I'm sorry. The way I have my masalas are listed both in like Hindi and in English, just because I know some of the names in you know, one language and the other in English, so it's just kind of confusing. So anyways, so I have 4 black cardamons, and I have a whole bunch of green cardamons here, maybe about 20, 25. And then I have what are these called in English? Oh my god. Okay, cloves. I've got like 20 cloves right here. And then I have 3 tablespoons of coriander powder, or dhania. That's the name of that. And then I have 1 tablespoon of salt. Obviously you want to adjust that to your family's you know, eating habits. I just like to start with less, and then I can always taste test and add later. This is 1 tablespoon, 1.5 almost tablespoon of chili powder. We like to eat our foods a little bit more spicy, so that's why I'm adding that one. Please adjust to your family's own taste. And then over here is just a little bit of mace, which is this right here. I don't know what it's called, like, but mace. So that's all the masala that we're gonna be pouring in there. Let me show you how this looks now. It's nice and brown and starting to stick, so I'm gonna go ahead and put our plate of masala in there. and mix that all nicely together. And we're going to continue to fry this so that all the masala can get evenly coated and mixed in nicely with the meat. I'm going to do this for a good couple of minutes. I'm gonna have to, one thing I just thought about, my other account is already partnered, so I'm able to upload really long videos on that account. But this account, since it's new, it's not partner yet, I haven't emailed YouTube to go ahead and add it. So I wonder how I'm gonna be able to fit this whole thing in 15 minutes. But we'll have to just do some really good editing, I guess. So anyways, as you can see, the color is already starting to look very nice. Okay guys, you can see it's nice and evenly coated, and I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple of sticks of cinnamon in there. And then go ahead and pour about, I don't know, 1 cup or 1.5 cups of water in there. And I'm going to go ahead and cover this and put it on high heat so the meat can tenderize a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and set my timer for 20 minutes, or actually 15 minutes, and then I can check back up on it. Okay, and there it is on high heat. Now while your meat is tenderizing, while it's working right here, we're gonna go ahead and get about 1 cup of plain yogurt and go ahead and put it in your blender. I just, like I said, I just eyeball it, but you can measure it. One cup should just work fine. And obviously I'm just adding this as a disclaimer. There's so many different ways to cook the same dish, and this is just the way I do it. I'm not saying this is the correct way, but this is what works for me. I have to take a lot of shortcuts because I do have younger children, so I like to just be in and out of the kitchen. So I just poured that 1 cup of yogurt in there, and now I'm gonna take, these are just fried onions. I just buy these in packets. They do not come in this container. I'm just using my brown rice container to store them. These come in packs. You can get them at your Indian grocer. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour some in there. I would say go ahead and pour 1 cup of onions. I don't fry fresh onions, and the only reason is because and if you were born and raised in the US, you're so going to understand this and appreciate it, but your house just smells so bad if you do that. And I've actually switched over to just using fried onions, and nobody in my family's been able to notice the difference. So I don't know, it works for me. So I'm going to go ahead and blend this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and mixed that all up, the yogurt and the green onion, or the fried onions, and I'm going to go ahead and pour that into our dish. I like to just do it all together, like right away, just because it cooks in well, instead of doing it like the last 10 minutes as a lot of people do. So we're just going to mix that all up together. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and cover it up and let it cook some more. I have one more step that I like to do that I'm actually even hesitant to share because it's an old family secret, and I don't know how people are going to really feel about this, but what my mother used to do when she was making korma is take the korma curry Shan masala and just go ahead and take about 2 tablespoons and mix it in with the rest of the masala, and what happens that way is that it gives it a nice smell. I put 1 tablespoon. I'm going to go ahead and just do 1.5 because I think I put too much masala as it is. So 1.5. You can do 1. You can do 2 tablespoons. You cannot do it at all. And you know what? If you don't have other masala or you rather not, you can cook this whole thing using Shan masala, but just altering the steps. Whenever I do use Shan's masalas, I don't use their recipes. I have my own way of doing things, I guess. So I don't follow their instructions in the back. I just use the masala and then just do it as I would normally do it. So we're gonna go ahead and cover this, and I'm gonna increase the timer to 20 minutes. So I'll check back in 20 minutes and we'll see how it's doing. Hey guys, so we're back and we've got 36 seconds or 35 seconds left on the clock, and I'm just checking up on my korma, and it looks like that the meat is not quite yet completely tender yet. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and increase the timer to probably about another 15 minutes, and go ahead and put it on low heat, like lower heat now, maybe about medium. And then I'm gonna cover it up again and let it simmer some more for 15 minutes. Now I could have initially put the timer for more time because I knew that the meat would not be tender in 20 minutes, but I just like to check up on it in between when I'm cooking. When it's on the stove, I like to go and do other things with my kids or go online and work on my online projects and stuff. So that's why I like to set the timer. So now it's on 15 minutes and we'll be back to check up on it again. Okay, so we've got 35 seconds left or so, and we are going to go ahead and check up on our korma. Oops, sorry for all the steam. And it looks like it's just about done. I'm just going to go ahead and taste a little bit of it. And just check on my salt. It looks like it could use a little bit more salt, so just gonna go ahead and put some more in there. Let's turn that off. Now at this point, I would say the korma is done. What a lot of people do at the end is just put it on a very, very low heat for another 5 minutes so that the oil can separate from the curry, but I find that mine, it seems like it's already separated, so I normally don't do that extra step. But let's go ahead and try it and see if it makes a difference. For me, usually when I turn the stove off and just kind of leave it sitting on the stove, it has the same effect. But let's say we're going to put the heat really, really low and then put another 5 minutes on the timer and see how that looks. And we'll be right back. Okay guys, so we've got about 35 seconds left on the timer, and as you can see, the korma is looking really gorgeous and beautiful. Look at the color, it smells delicious. Obviously you guys can't smell it, but just wanted to share that. And that is what the finished product looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and serve it to my family now. My husband always says that he judges people based on how they make their korma, whether they're a good cook or not. So if you can make this, you've got it down. And please feel free to message me or write any comments below if you have any questions regarding this recipe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.